Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a review of the Ordinary Mineral UV Filters SPF 30. I've had this product since the summer, not long after it launched, and I have used it about 5 times. That's not a lot considering I've had it so long, and it probably gives you an indication of whether I like it or not. It's okay, there's pros and cons to this. Personally, it's definitely not my favourite product from The Ordinary, and it's not my favourite SPF out there, that's for sure. There's some things I like and dislike about this. There's some things that I think that some people will like about this, and there are some things that I think that some people will hate about this. So let's get started. So being a mineral SPF, this contains zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. That means it sits on the surface of the skin and reflects the sun's rays back out of the skin, which kind of avoids the UV damage from sun exposure. It also contains antioxidants, which help kind of fight free radicals caused by pollution. So all in all, it's quite a good solid formula that will protect you against UVA and UVB rays. There were some issues regarding whether this would offer UVA and UVB protection. There was some confusion from the Decium Instagram account not long after this launched. The reason why there was the confusion is because officially this has only got a UVB rating. It's difficult now for brands to get the UVA and the UVB when it's a global brand and they're launching a sun care product in all different countries throughout the world, because every different country has a different rule. So to kind of apply by all of those rules and get the certification worldwide is very, very difficult. It can kind of create some confusion because you're not necessarily going to know whether it's going to give you the full broad spectrum coverage or not, and that's obviously up to your decision to make. Because this has got the zinc oxide and titanium dioxide in it, that is known, it's been used many times, and it's known to give the UVA and UVB coverage. The Ordinary just haven't got the certification for the UVA coverage. Obviously, it's up to you to decide whether you would want to use this based on that or not. I know it kind of involves some trust in the brand, and whether you have that or not is completely up to you. In terms of that, I'm kind of quite happy to go ahead and use the product, believing that I will get enough coverage from it. That's one thing that I kind of do trust with the Ordinary and Decium products. I feel like they wouldn't put something out there that didn't offer the results that you would expect to get from this kind of product. That being said, there was some kind of mixed reviews over the finish with this product. Mineral-based SPFs are known to sometimes leave a white residue on the skin. They tend to cause less irritation than a chemical SPF, which can kind of, in my case, sometimes give me a bit of irritation around the eyes, but it depends on the formula that I'm using, whether it's mineral or chemicals. Some formulations are just better than others. When it came to this, I find that this is a very thick, almost paste-like consistency, and it's quite difficult to spread across the skin, and it can be quite easy to use too much product because you then kind of, you really do have to shear it out, and it's, I find, a little bit difficult to apply. And if you go overboard with this, your skin will look completely ashen and white. My skin's on the paler side, and I find that it leaves a really thick cast on my skin. So I can only imagine anyone with like medium or darker skin tones, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. It's certainly nice and hydrating and smooth once it does eventually absorb into the skin. The white cast does go down after a while, but it takes quite a long time in my opinion, and that just puts me off using it in the first place. That's probably one of the reasons why it's been sitting on my shelf for a really long time and I've barely kind of used it that much. I do think that it leaves a nice finish on the skin though, so if you were to wear makeup on top of this that would hide the white residue, then I feel like this could act as like a nice primer, and makeup would sit really nicely on top of it and kind of cling to it quite well, and then like last better on the skin. So if you are wearing kind of like a medium or full coverage foundation on top of this, then this could be a really, really good option for you. But if your skin is a little bit more on the oily side, then this might be a little bit too heavy for you. I'm not quite sure. I feel like mineral SPFs are generally better for kind of problematic skin that has breakouts, that kind of thing, but it is quite a rich, thick, heavy kind of paste-like consistency, so I'm not sure how that would work if the skin is kind of congested or anything like that. So you would definitely have to bear that in mind. In terms of price, I don't think that, you know, it's as kind of cost effective as a lot of the ordinary products are. I think that's what we all love about them, you know, that you could get like a hyaluronic acid for £5 is incredible. This is around £8 that it retails at in the UK, and you get 50 ml of product. It's thick. You need to use quite a lot. It's not as good value for money as you might come to expect with other products from The Ordinary. So then when you consider the chalky white residue that it leaves, the thick kind of paste-like consistency that it has, it's not the best SPF on the market based on the price, in my opinion. I feel like there are other things that you can get. Yes, they might be slightly more expensive, but they won't have the drawbacks that you get with this. My favorite SPFs are from Clinique. I think that they do really good mineral SPFs that don't leave any kind of chalky residue on the skin. They slip quite easily across the skin, and I really like them. Another product that I like that I'm going to review in more detail in the future is the NIOD Survival 30. That's also a mineral SPF, but it is more expensive, but it doesn't have the drawbacks that you get with this one. All in all, I think that the formula has some pros and cons. I think for some people it will work really, really well, and some people it will be a complete and utter dud. It just depends on you. If you love a mineral SPF that has some kind of hydration in it, you wear a foundation on top so you're not worried about a white cast, then it could be really good for you. However, if you've got medium to darker skin tones and you're wary of mineral SPFs, then this is a no-go. The value for money is okay. It's not as great as the other Ordinary products, and I feel like it's not so unique in that there's nothing else out there that you're going to get for the price. It's not the most amazing value for money. It's good, but it's not amazing. Would I repurchase this again? Personally, no, it just wasn't for me. I just wasn't a fan of the residue that it leaves, found it kind of too thick, chalky, pasty, and there are other SPFs that I would rather pay a little bit more for and just kind of be happy with the results. SPFs can be tricky. They're kind of the least pleasant to use kind of skincare product. They're kind of necessary, but they're, you know, it's hard to find a good one, and this definitely wasn't a winner for me. I hope this review was useful. If you've got any questions or comments or suggestions of other products, let me know down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.